History-loving Hillary travels to Charlestown. Hello everyone, my name is Hillary and I love history. Over spring break, I traveled to Charlestown, West Virginia in the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. In Jefferson County, West Virginia, you are about 4 hours away from West Liberty. Charlestown was officially founded by Charles Washington in 1786. My first stop on my historic adventure was the Jefferson County Museum right in the heart of downtown Charlestown. Jefferson County actually started as a county in the state of Virginia until it became a part of the state of West Virginia in 1863. Here you can see a detailed map of Jefferson County from 1852. One of the most historically famous events that took place in Jefferson County was John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry. John Brown was an abolitionist who made significant moves in ending slavery in the South. By distributing guns taken from the U.S. arsenal to enslaved people in the area, John Brown intended to start an uprising. However, in less than 2 days, his raid was over. He and 6 of his men were captured and taken to Charlestown, where they were jailed, tried, and sentenced to hang after being convicted of murder, treason, and conspiracy. This is me standing with the wagon that carried John Brown to his hanging site. On this property, on December 2nd, in 1859, John Brown rode in the wagon while sitting on his casket. It was here where almost 800 militiamen stood to prevent any attempt to free Brown. Stonewall Jackson and John Wilkes Booth were both present at the hanging of Brown. In 1892, this beautiful Victorian home was built on the property. Back inside the Jefferson County Museum, I was able to see this jail desk that was used in the Jefferson County Jail while John Brown was a prisoner. Here I'm standing with guns that are from the 1850s and the 1860s. There is a 6-barrel pepper box revolver, a single-shot percussion pistol, also known as a boot pistol, and 2 dueling pistols. These guns were all used in the Civil War. Charlestown played a significant role in the Civil War. Martin R. Delaney, a free black man, became a writer, physician, black nationalist, and one of the only few black officers in the United States Army in 1865. He became a major in the Army, holding the highest rank possible. Also during the time of the Civil War, toy making was very popular. Here we can see me observing toy trucks, boats, cars, and figurines. One of my favorite parts of the Jefferson County Museum was the 100 Years of Dolls exhibit, which explores the development of doll-making materials using dolls from the museum's collection. Young visitors can even make their own clothespin dolls and take them home. I really liked one of the handmade sock dolls that had a green dress that was made in 1940. This next exhibit focuses on Harriet Lane Johnston, a philanthropist and niece of President James Buchanan. She served as his first lady while he was president. From her childhood through her adult years, she maintained close ties to Jefferson County. She had many cousins here, descendants of her father's brothers who had settled in the county, and she also went to school here for a short time. Items on display in the museum include her personal belongings, images, documents, and even the Buchanan White House fine china. I really loved looking at the now and then images of Charlestown, West Virginia. They're very sentimental, especially this one of a miners' trial group outside of the Jefferson County Courthouse in 1922. Speaking of the courthouse, in 1803, the Jefferson County Courthouse became the first public building to occupy the town square. There was a smaller brick structure that was replaced by a larger courthouse in 1836. The 1836 courthouse was the setting for the trials of abolitionist John Brown and the 6 followers that were also tried. In October of 1836, during the Civil War, the courthouse was heavily damaged by artillery fire, rendering it unstable. Following the war, however, the county seat was temporarily located in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, but then again in 1871, the county seat returned to Charlestown and the courthouse was rebuilt. In 1908, this building was home of Farmers and Merchants Deposit Bank. The Bank of Charlestown then purchased the property and moved there in the 1930s. Today, the building houses the offices of the City of Charlestown. My next stop was at Happy Retreat, which is where George Washington's youngest brother Charles started building his home in Charlestown. Charles Washington founded Charlestown, Virginia, which is now obviously West Virginia. George Washington often visited here at Happy Retreat. Colonel Charles Washington died in September of 1799, and he and his wife Mildred are buried on this property at Happy Retreat. Visiting the city of Charlestown, West Virginia was very eye-opening, and I loved the history behind this town. I would encourage anyone to visit Charlestown, West Virginia.